Well, good afternoon everyone, and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. Now, as you know, I've been slowly trying to build up a collection of decent Cattleya plants and one or two Laelias. So I promised sort of a month ago that I would do a video on them. So this is what I'm going to do with this video. Well, the first one I'd like to show you is this Laelia Cattleya Golf Green. You know, the blooms on this are a beautiful white and green with ruffled petals. They have a nice sweet smell, and they're quite large flowers with ruffled edges. So I love these. Now I've got this one in a terracotta pot, which I don't like. Now the root growth is pretty good, but according to one of my subscribers who lives in Ireland, her root tips are getting a little bit brown, as these are too. They're getting a little bit brown and rotting off. Now I'm wondering if that's because of the salts being soaked up by the terracotta pot. The roots grow out, they touch the pot, and because of all the salts in the pot, it's rotting the ends of the roots. But we'll see how this one goes. It's growing very, very nicely. Nice upright stance, which I like on Cattleyas. And that one is the temperature they like to keep these at is around about 14 to 26, something like that. They like a good light and humidity above above 55%. Now, most Cattleyas like the same conditions. You know, the Laelias like to be a little cooler. So we'll have a look at the next one. Now the next one I'd like to show you is this RLC Laelia Cattleya Pink Empress Dew Chen. Now this is a beautiful bloom on these, up to 5 inches wide and beautiful pink colour. The conditions they require is exactly the same for all the Cattleyas, potted in a very open bark that allows good drainage and quick drying. And these can flower at any time of the year. Now this one hasn't done much since I've had it, although it had one growth on this side which is not doing too well. I don't think it's growing too well because I don't think I'm letting it dry out in this plastic pot. I think these will have to go in the air pots as well. Now this one is Cattleya Swan White Boulder. Blimey, that's a mouthful, isn't it? And it's a cross between Cattleya Mahina and Persepolis. These have got beautiful white flowers with a deep, rich ruby lip. The blooms can grow at to around about 4 inches. And another beauty about this plant, if we can get it to grow and get it to flower, is that it contains 25% Taiwan, which is one of the most sought after Cattleyas on earth. This is another of my all-time favourites, King of Taiwan. What is it? King of Taiwan, Tai Shin, something like that. It's another gorgeous flower on this one with pinky, purplish blooms, splash of yellow on the lip, large flowers up to about 5 inches, 5.5 inches, and a cross between Cattleya Bryce Canyon and BLC Purple Ruby. Conditions exactly same as all the others, and you know, you can't do much more than give them a good wetting to start with and give them a good drying out period. Plenty of warmth, and about 10 to 15 degrees change between night temperature and day. That's BLC, King of Taiwan. This is another I've fastened up to grow upright. Well, this isn't a very spectacular plant as you see it, but it's a spectacular plant when it grows. This is Laelia Purina. Hasn't done much since I've got it, but it has done one thing. You know, when these grow, these leaves do, when they're adult, they're green, but as they grow new leaves, they are bronze coloured. Where are we? Where is it? There we are. It might look a bit reddish on the thing, but as this is a unifoliate plant, I think that might be a spike or a sheath coming up, which should be very, very nice. This is a lovely Brazilian species with lavender blooms and purple splash on the lip. This is another one that has a complete upright growth and doesn't start walking across the top of the compost. They produce 3 or 4 flowers per spike. Light requirements are the same, but slightly less heat requirements than the Cattleyas. The blooms can be up to 5 inches wide, and they're sort of star-shaped. That's Laelia Purina. I'm looking forward to that. Now this is my all-time favourite of all Cattleyas. It's BLC Mahina Yahuri Ulii. Absolutely gorgeous. This plant has won many top awards across Asia, and it has a beautiful fragrance. And another beauty about this plant is that it has an upright growth, like the others I've shown you, and doesn't crawl across the top of the pot. You know, it makes it easier to manage. The blooms are a lovely pinky colour, splashy yellow on the lip, and the flowers have ruffled edges. And it's a plant, it's in my opinion, for what it's worth, that it should be in every Cattleya collector's collection. And this is a cross between BLC Meditation and BC Donakamura. Absolutely gorgeous things. And I'll just give you a quick look at this this Laelia Goldiana that I split and I bleached, and there's the spike still growing, doing well. The bleach hasn't affected it at all, and that's a beautiful thing. Beautiful magenta coloured flowers, absolutely gorgeous. But you know all about this one, so I don't need to go on about it. But just to show you that the bleach hasn't affected it at all. Laelia Goldiana, now extinct in the wild. Well, that's all I can show you on the Cattleyas today, until they start growing and things keep developing amongst them. So until next time, I want to thank everybody for having a look. Thank you to all my subscribers, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.